Hello and welcome to this short Qigong video for the wood element, liver and gallbladder focus. But as always, we're focusing on a holistic approach to our health and well-being. So although there's a focus and it's wood element, this practice is for overall balancing of the body as well. The body, the mind, and the spirit. Bamboo in the Wind is where I always like to begin Qigong. I'm Nicole Lee Qigong. Take a few moments to just get centered, soften the knee joints, soften the whole body while at the same time lightly pressing the feet down and lifting the crown of the head. Once you're feeling ready to begin, take your feet out and establish what we will often refer to as the basic stance. Qigong basic stance. Create some more space. See how I'm lifting my arms away from the sides of my body. I'm broadening across my chest. I'm softening the shoulders and I'm sinking the entire weight of the body towards the earth. Open the chi gates, lifting the arms. Gather all of yourself back to yourself with this opening form. Repeat 3 times. No rushing, no hurrying. We don't have anywhere to get to. We're not trying to get it done. The first form after opening is referred to as radiate and lean. Lean the body weight out, scoop the arm out with the palm up, and come over into a pause and into a lean. Take a moment and then allow the circle to continue. As the arm almost finishes, start on the other side, overlapping just slightly. Pause and release. When we take a little pause in this form, we bring awareness and presence to both arms, hands, and fingers. And we also feel and activate through the entire side of the body. One more time. For each side. From here, draw the arms around and bring the hands towards the dantian. Whichever hand is on top, leaning into that knee, into that side of the body, and sending that arm forward while the other arm glides back. The elbow is drawing the arm back and the hand arrives to the waist. We're swapping from side to side and we're keeping our hands very low. You notice I'm not coming up towards my heart. I'm keeping my hands right down near my lower abdomen as I move from side to side. This one is definitely tricky. So if you're finding it a little bit difficult, you can go into just moving the arms and then get really nice and familiar with this and then start to transfer the weight. It definitely becomes easier, like all things, through practice. Practice makes permanent. Slowing down now and bringing the weight back to neutral. And then drawing the hands back to where we began, right near to the dantian, the lower dantian. Draw the elbows out to the sides and in front and make this shape with the arms, have the palms shining on both sides in towards the lower rib cage area. Take a few breaths here. Cross the hands and the wrists and lift the arms overhead. Bring the gaze with you. Once you're there, turn the palms around so that the palms can touch. The wrists are still crossed and the head will come down between the biceps. Very gently and subtly now, we're just going to sway like seaweed, moving from side to side. Very gentle and subtle. to center, we'll unhook the wrists and we'll draw the arms out in front with the palms facing forward. We're going to sit down now into an imaginary chair and draw our arms down. Our palms will turn in and we'll lift the arms back up and overhead, turning the palms over to make their way down again. You'll notice as I'm expressing this Qigong form, I'm not ever looking down. I'm looking up once the palms come past my face, and then through the downward motion, I'm looking straight ahead and I'm keeping my head neutral. You can go down as low as you wish with this form, but no looking down. A tendency is to look down. The lower that one moves down. See if you can resist the urge to look down and just maintain the posture and structure of the form. Next time we're up overhead, just take a really nice big stretch and lightly let the arms radiate to the sides and down. From here, come into what we call bird's flight, lifting the arms shoulder height, and as the arms come down, we're going to again sit down. It's as if you're attempting to put your bottom onto your heels. And you'll notice again, like the previous form, I'm not looking down. I'm keeping my gaze neutral or my head neutral and my gaze forward. And you'll see how my chest remains lifted and open. A few more times. Allow the arms now to just float down by the sides. Take a moment to pause. This next form is a static form. It's a form where we're standing and holding a particular posture and alignment. This one's referred to by many names, but a favorite and a common one is to embrace the tree. With this form, we're not having our arms too far forward. You'll notice there's a little bend in my elbows and how my elbows are lower than my hands. My thumbs are soft and down, and there's a spaciousness and a softness through my hands and fingers. The other key to comfort in this form is to ensure there's no tension in the shoulders. Easier said than done for most people. Hold here for a few more breaths. Slowly, so as not to startle the spirit, allow the arms to glide down. Return to by the sides for a breath or two. Feel. Can you feel your chi, your aliveness? I'm sure you can. Just notice the sensations. We can have all kinds of different sensations of chi. What does it feel like to you? Take a few breaths. From here, allow the arms to radiate out and up. We're going to bring the fingers to point right at the very crown of the head. I've got space between all of my fingers as I gently get very close but not touching, and I soften my arms into the shoulder sockets. Take a few breaths here. Turn the palms over and gently radiate the arms out to the sides and down. As they're coming down, we're going to draw our feet together into bamboo in the wind. Our next two forms will begin from this position. Let's make light fists and bring them onto the thighs, physically touching. Draw the fists up, and when you reach to the rib area, step one foot out and release the fists like you're placing your palms onto the earth or maybe the surface of water. And then whichever leg stepped out, you're going to arc both arms up and to the sides while keeping your hips forward. You're here going to draw back in front, keeping your arms in the same position. I want you to imagine between your hands, you're framing with your index finger and your thumbs the full moon, the edges of the moon you're holding on either side. From here, you're going to take your hands and caress the moon. Come to hold it underneath like it's balancing on both of your hands. Turn your palms over now and slowly descend, and at the last moment, draw the leg in. Let's do the other side. Fists up, step, connect to the earth. Draw an arc now up to the other side and make that shape where the index and the thumbs are framing the moon. This is at the height of your face. Then draw the moon around and in front of you. Keep holding it. Take a moment to caress its face. Hold it again. Turn the palms over and descend. Draw the leg in. Let's continue side to side. Plant ourselves down and then arc. Hips face forward here. Draw the arms around, draw the moon around, caress its face. Turn the palms over, float down, and step in. Other side. One of the core aspects of Qigong that sets it apart from many other forms of movement practice is that Qigong, all of the different forms, they all have points of distinction, intricacies that we express deliberately as we're expressing the movement. So as we move through, we make sure we kind of touch on all these little hallmarks of the forms. Everything that we do in our practice of Qigong is on purpose, deliberate. Once you arrive back into Bamboo in the Wind, you'll draw your hands around in front of you and you'll have your elbows a little forward and your hands at the level of the lower dantian. We're going to center to close. We're going to take whichever hand is on the bottom, that arm will move out. You'll come and arc up above your head, point directly above your head, and then travel down the midline of the body. Let that hand land into the hand that's still waiting there. The opposite arm will then move out and up. We'll point at the sky or point at the Father or the universe, whatever you like to think of it as, and come down. Often when I'm expressing and transmitting this form to my students, I make an invitation to them to call in what it is that you need. What qualities, what kind of states of being do you need for your day ahead or your evening or whenever you might be doing this practice. When the hand joins the waiting hand, take a breath as you hold the pearl. Take the hands and cover the dantian. Make a connection with that lower center of energy or the place where that lower center of energy can be cultivated. And then close your practice. Bring the arms by the sides to start. And just like you did at the beginning, We're gathering ourselves to ourselves. We're gathering yourself. You're gathering yourself to yourself. Nice and slow. After the third closing form, return to holding and covering the dantian, and just take a few moments. Can be as little as just 3 breaths deliberately, or much longer if you prefer, just to check in with yourself, to notice, feel, and be. I'm Nicole. Thank you, and I look forward to more at the perfect time.